Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome once again to the southern wing of the Stink Bug Works. Today, I'm doing some advanced planning and measuring and coming up with my layout for the stickers, the decals, the whatever you want to call them. Anyway, since this haul does not exactly match the proportions of this haul, it's quite a bit different. You notice from here forward, it's considerably longer, and from here back, it's just not the same. So like I've said all along, this is a representation. Part of what I'm looking at is the size of these stripes and such, and where things lay out. And I can see that the top of these letters appear right, up against the sponsons. So from all that, I can determine where this stripe begins. It's on the inside of the sponson, so it's this part of the center tub. I can carry that down. And I found out that these stripes are going to be 23 millimeters wide. Not 22, not 20. They're going to be 23 millimeters wide. I can do this one 23 millimeters wide. It'll all work out. It's starting to come together. This stuff is beginning to act like it's dry. What you do is you smell the stuff. If you can smell solvent, it's still cooking off. If it doesn't smell like anything, it's ready for the next layer of paint. So it's been about 3 days now. I'll give it another couple of days, and I'll shoot one more color coat on it. This is the base coat. It's looking pretty good. I've sanded through in a couple of places, but this is going to get a lot of blue on it, and I'm going to do something on the sponsons. I'm not sure what. Just to have a nice, smooth ride surface. So we're getting close, boys and girls. It's beginning to look like something. Until next time, jet out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm bringing you an update. After I recorded this morning's video, I got to doing a little more sanding on this and a little more sanding, and I'm looking at all the tiny little edges, and I got to thinking I had an idea. I was looking around at paint schemes and such, and as you know, I have this little boat here in my inventory. So it doesn't count as the one in, one out sequence. And I was originally thinking of powering it with this motor that I took out of the Dona Outrigger. Now, the Dona Outrigger went pretty good with this motor. This little thing would be frightening. The problem was this motor liked big props, 35 and 36 millimeter props, and that would be too much for this, I think. I was going to run this air-cooled motor and put this really big speed control in it to allow me to run it without water cooling. Well, in my research online, I have discovered that while this hull doesn't really have the right shape and proportions to look like any full-size hydroplane, this one is actually surprisingly close to the Budweiser T3 hull of 1995. Now, there were like 3 different T3 hulls because they kept crashing them. They'd flip them, and I think Dave Vilwalk flipped one. I think they flipped one here in San Diego. I know they flipped one up in Washington. That was Vilwalk when he flipped it. But this might do the Budweiser. It has the right shape and transition for the cowling, and I have this TP motor. This is a TP 2040 of about 3600 kV, so I could run this motor on 3S. You like my double water jacket solution here? And I could tuck that motor way up under here, just like I did with this one. I took a long motor and stuck it up under the nose, and I might just do that with this thing and build it in the same way. Put little boxes in, removable fins. With this, it'll get water cooling. Use your, common strut and micro rudder. So I very well may, and use a smaller speed control than this beast. I may just do this in the future. This thing has been sort of on my list of things to do, and I haven't really gotten to it because I haven't gotten to it. But this has sort of stirred me into a new interest, and you folks may see this coming up soon as the Budweiser T3. What an easy paint scheme. All red with white lettering. Oh, let me show you something unique on this haul, and I'm going to do something that's going to make it hard to run it with other people, but get a load of this. If you look at the bottom, you look at the sponsons are asymmetric. Look at this non-trip side compared to this. You notice the center section is offset, but it's offset to the left. And if you look at the dead rise on these sponsons, you see this side is flatter than this side. This sucker is made to turn left, not right like the rest of us are used to doing. This haul is made to have the motor offset on this side and turn left. Asymmetric sponsons, asymmetric dead rise, asymmetric center line. This sucker is a left-turned boat. Now, I have another one of these that I had running, and it had this motor in it at one time, and it was stupid fast with that motor. I think the 2020 motor, 2040 motor, might be a better choice. It might be lighter and easier to control. So that's what I'm thinking might be an up-and-coming project. I've got that little eco boat that's over there on the eastern wing right now, and it won't take much to get that running, and it's probably not going to get paint. This, on the other hand, might be an easy equipment install, the easy stuff, easy peasy, bang it in. The rudder boxes, they take a bit of time, but I'm getting good at them now. So as long as I have the material to make them, I can knock them out pretty quick. So there you go, boys and girls. Just some advanced planning from the Stink Bug Works, that super secret research and development division of Dr. Jet Laboratories, where we sit around all day and invent stuff for hydros. Anyway, boys and girls, until next time, jet out.